Shit. Boy. Nah, fuck it. What you see is what you get. Nah, so it's good YouTube. So everybody be going up a bit, attracting better looking women and actually dating attractive women overall. So better really dive into this in this video. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little snap. We about to have a good one in this video. A lot of times, bro, guys don't understand. Like the biggest element that make a man's attractive to women in general is the idea that you don't necessarily need a woman. Yes, flirting is key. Yes, mindset is key. Yes, being physically attractive, looking good, being in shape is also things. But the mindset of not needing a woman is predominantly why a lot of guys miss out on women. Now, yes, me personally, I'm gonna always tell y'all, you getting in and then getting back out on approaching a woman is always key. It's like very important. You know, you say what you gotta say, flirt with her a little bit, let her see your personality, talk your talk about yourself, talk about don't ever really get too involved into talking about her past, like, saying that she got sexy jeans on, you like her, you like the way she built, you like her ass, you like her, she pretty to you, whatever the case might be. But don't really like start with that because a lot of times, bro, women hear that shit all the time, and the dude will literally just walk up to him and be like, "Hey, you're so pretty," and freeze. Like a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys be like, "Hey, you're so pretty," and start saying a bunch of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So whenever she get that feeling, she like when she hear you say that shit, it's not that personal, but she automatically think to herself, "Oh my god, this nigga finna be another one of them kind of niggas." So you gotta keep this in mind whenever you're approaching a woman. Nothing personal. It's just that she automatically is gonna feel this kind of way about you just off the simple fact that she run into a lot of guys who talk to her this way. So I want y'all to keep that in mind, bro. When you're approaching women, bro, say excuse me, introduce yourself, and say whatever spill you feel like. When you talking about yourself, saying, you seem like you would enjoy getting to know me, or we seem like we'll have a good vibe. I just want to fill out your vibe, or I want to get to know you real quick. Something like that where you just putting yourself out there when it's come down to just, yeah, y'all getting to know each other, but at the end of the day, you got to really stand on who you are. You don't have to do the most, but you have to be about who you are. You got to really feel good about yourself. You don't have to necessarily like say it, but you have to like feel good about yourself, and it has to be felt in your vibe. Which brings me to like the biggest portion of this video, which is the fucking vibe that you have with a woman is a determining factor on whether or not she continue to talk to you. It's the vibe you have. Some dudes, they have a weird vibe to them, or they have a serious vibe to them. Women don't like niggas that are too serious. It come off like psychopathish. So when she see you, she just think to herself like, damn, this nigga's really a psychopath. Cause you're just so fucking serious. You like, what's good? Like, how your day going? Your day going good? Like, yeah, it's good, yeah. Psychopath shit versus, hey, how your day going? Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good, huh? Like it's a playful tone. Like you have to have a playful vibe. Like your vibe dictate I think it's like 80% of how women perceive you especially when y'all first meet. It's like, yeah, it's the shit you say and it's the way you carry yourself, like your respect. Because some women, they gonna try you out the jump. We're gonna get into that later. But your vibe is a deciding factor on whether or not where you go with it. Yeah, your mouthpiece with the vibe, it works miracles. You know what I'm saying? It works miracles. When you start spitting your double entendres, when you start talking and being slick, it breeds miracles with the vibe. Versus if you just be slick with a serious vibe, or you have a serious wordplay, but you have a a good vibe to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to really, if you have both of those, the good vibe, a slick wordplay when y'all first meet, is usually 9 times out of 10 cool. It's going to actually always go somewhere. Now, I'm going to say always. It's more likely to go somewhere than not. Versus when you just serious all the time, or you know, at the end of the day, you're going to get rejected too. This is another thing I got to get y'all in mind. That when I say you have to not need a woman. What that looks like is having in your mind that whatever she says and however she feels about you, you feel good about yourself regardless. You feel what I'm saying? If you feel good about yourself, regardless of what she says, and regardless of how she moves, you're good. You're good. But if you feel like shit because you lose this woman, your confidence is actually shot. Like your real confidence, the way you really feel about yourself, is shot. But the only reason why a lot of guys get to that point where they get that shot confidence is because they have an expectation of, man, if she gonna like me, or she gotta like me. She's so bad, she gotta like me. If she don't like me, no other woman gonna like me because she's just bad. It's not true. Actually, that mindset makes you less attractive. When you understand, like, bro, if she don't fuck with me, I'm gonna get another one. Another one will fuck with me. If she don't fuck with me, another one will fuck with me. If another woman don't fuck with me, it's cool. I'm fucking myself and I'm gonna move on my purpose. I don't need a woman to feel good about myself and live on my purpose and live confidently in who I am and accepting who I am and being who I am, regardless of what everybody else think. When you have that feeling about yourself and you have that thought process about yourself, the way you being perceived is going to enhance because what you're going to get off is going to be very, very attractive. So this is one of the biggest things too that I really be trying to get y'all to understand, bro. You can't necessarily care about a woman. You kind of got to get used to living your life solo dolo, like, and you gotta hold on to that. Like I see a lot of times, bro, guys they turn off the TV, they turn off social media. They just listen to music and they just work and they stay on their purpose. They go work out. They chill with their bros and they just basically live their life solo dolo, working on themselves, working on their game nonstop. Dudes do that, and then they meet a woman and they just completely drop the ball. That's what I mean. Like when I say you don't necessarily need a woman, you don't lose that part of you. You feel me? Like you never lose that part of you that's like, I don't need a woman. You never lose that part of you. But if you losing that part of you, it's kind of like, well, what's the point? You can always say, why do I need a woman? What's the point of me having a woman? It's because you're literally losing yourself when you have a woman. That's why it's so vital for you to really, you're used to being alone, but also knowing who you are so you can hold on to who you are at all times. Now, what that look like? You know what you like. You know what you don't like. You know your flaws. You know your strengths. A lot of people, bro, when it comes down to point out their flaws and their weaknesses, they don't accept their flaws and their weaknesses. And when you're around a woman, you're gonna always come off insecure, even if that woman is on go and she's ready to fuck that night. I gotta stop cursing for YouTube. But if she ready to get hit that night and you come off insecure, she probably let you hit. But because you coming off insecure, it's kind of like she's not going to be that into it because you're just so insecure. Versus if you accept the good things about you, the bad things about you, you still feel like, you know what, I'm still the shit. I still feel good about myself in certain areas as a human being. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm bad at. I know what I'm struggling with, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with who I am. When you have that feeling about yourself and you have that go about yourself, you start to really move differently because you're not necessarily thinking about other people. You're not in your head thinking about other people no more. But it takes time for you to really accept those things about yourself. You see, first you got to know what's going on with you, right? And the next thing you got to really see, okay, I got to really accept what's going on with me. Accepting it looks like going down a journey where you are growing or becoming a better version of yourself because you love yourself enough to fix a fucking flaw. Some people, they see they flaw, but they don't love themselves enough to do something about it. Whether it be an eating habit, whether it be, a focus problem, whether it be a discipline problem, whether it be, bad hygiene, whatever the case might be, motherfuckers be having these problems and they don't do nothing about it. and they wondering why they don't like themselves, bro. You seeing who you are, you seeing where you fucked up, and you not doing nothing about it. How else you expect yourself to feel about yourself? So this shit is adding up because you gotta realize this right here is what really makes you more attractive to, because you're being more attractive to yourself. You're not thinking about the world. You looking at yourself, and you becoming more attractive to yourself because you start to develop a need for your own attention. You need your attention to feel good. You need your attention to get what you want out of life. You need your attention to give yourself direction in your life. You need your attention to find the goal that's in your mind that you can connect the dots with and to like, oh, I got something, and use it in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need yourself for that. You don't need a woman for that. You feel me? And when you really got that down, that's when the beauty of being attractive start really becoming about, because you are literally the living image of what it means to be attractive. You don't always have to dress nice. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to look clean. You don't always have to, have the flyest car, have the most notoriety. You don't have to do these things. I ain't gonna lie to you. You definitely gotta wash your ass. I was tripping with that one. That was a mistake. You definitely gotta wash your ass. You definitely gotta clean your face and brush your teeth. Let's not get it fucked up. If you got yellow teeth, you're down bad. But you know what I'm saying? But you definitely want to have that shit in order. You definitely want to have yourself lined up. But at the end of the day, it's like you want to start leaning on who you are on the inside more than the outside, and that's when the shit really gonna change. Now, a lot of y'all might be wondering, how do I hold on to that goodness in me if I always feel like I'm falling off? How do I hold on to the good things about myself if I always feel like I'm falling off? How do I do these things? Well, the biggest thing of what you got to realize that you're probably making a mistake of now is that you put too much of who you are and your value dependent upon other things around you. Like, for example, some people, right? They spend maybe thousands of dollars, maybe like hundreds, thousands of dollars on clothes, shoes, designer clothes. And you ask them what they worked on with their mindset, how much money they spent on their mindset. They might have told you they bought one book. Then they might have told you that they never read. They might have told you that they bought, or they watched some shit on YouTube that they don't remember. Or they listened to an audio book that they never used any, and they never used information. Right? My point, what I'm getting at with that is that that's the things that you are supposed to value the most. You're supposed to value that, and just as much as you value entertainment, if not more than entertainment, if not more than being clean, if not more than status, money, if not more than that, you're supposed to value developing those things inside of yourself, because that's what's going to make your life more valuable. That's what's going to make you living your life more fun, more entertaining, more, fulfilling, because you have the qualities inside of you that's going to make life more fulfilling. You feel me? So a lot of times when you see these guys out here who be like flashy as fuck, fresh as fuck, got the diamonds, got the gold chain, got the diamond chain, got the Ferrari, they got the $1 million mansion, and then they run into a woman, and the woman trick them for everything they got. The reason being because they don't necessarily truly value those outside things. They value the attention that they're getting from those outside things. You feel what I'm saying? So when you start valuing yourself, what you value inside of yourself is the reason why you're going to get the attention, which is completely different, right? Because you're no longer dependent upon outside sources. You're starting to value yourself and building upon what's going on inside of you and growing, which makes you more attractive. It's kind of like this, bro. Imagine like a circle. When you're looking at the circle, like you literally got to take things outside of the circle and to basically go here, to go here, to go here, to go here, to go. Imagine like a fucking pond, like an oasis, and you just in this oasis, you fucking get the water, throw it on some sand, get the water, throw it over here, get some more water, throw it over there, and this is your oasis. You know what I'm saying? Your hole is the same. Now imagine you digging deeper to get more water, widening up the oasis to make your oasis bigger, digging even deeper to get even more water. And it's like eventually you dig so deep that it turned to a fucking pond. That's like you feeding onto yourself versus you taking the water and just dumping it all over dumping it all over the desert versus digging deeper and expanding your overall oasis. And that's what I kind of mean when I say when you focus on yourself, you become more attractive. Like you become more. You feel me? So you're gonna have more people come to you. You're gonna have more opportunities come to you because you are big enough to actually handle the opportunity. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes. So now I'm always tell y'all to focus on yourself, your self-conscious, your self-discovery, your self-discipline, your conversation, your mouthpiece, your mindset. I'm gonna tell y'all to work on those things. But as of right now, we're just gonna stick on being attractive to women. Yes, you want to look good. You want to feel good about the way you look. But you have to feel good about yourself internally, which means you have to continue to talk good about who you are continuously and continuously check yourself whenever you're doing something wrong because your self-respect is just as important as the way you feel about yourself. Because you don't want to lean on the ballpark of being a fucking facade. You don't want to lean on the ballpark of being delusional. You don't want to lean on the ballpark of being less than what you think you are. You want to be really the guy, not to everybody else, but really the guy to yourself. Because if you lie to yourself, you're gonna lie to yourself about anything to feel good. You feel what I'm saying? So you want to always stay in that ballpark of being a real one. Never fall short of being a real one. Understand the most valuable thing that you can do for yourself is be real and stay true to who you are. Most guys, they're not ever gonna stay true to themselves. They're not ever gonna be real with themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and that's the truth. Like, that's the ugly truth of the world we live in is that most guys, they are pretending to be something that they're not. Most guys, they lie to get women. Most guys, they lie to have success. They lie to themselves to get themselves moving towards success. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they legit living a lie. You know what I'm saying? So if you really take this shit in, they living lives that they don't want. When a woman pick up on that you that kind of guy that do that, she gonna tear you apart every time. She gonna take you for everything you got. She gonna not respect you because truthfully you don't respect yourself, and she gonna know that. Like a woman treats you the way you treat yourself, man. And I just want y'all to know that. I want y'all to really understand that and know that a woman treats you the way you treat yourself. If you fucking over yourself consistently, bro, a woman is gonna consistently fuck over you. If you shortchange yourself consistently, a woman is gonna consistently shortchange you. Now, is your the way you perceive yourself 100% determination of a relationship? Of course not. And I'm be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all that it's not. I mean 100% honest with y'all because we all have seen guys who are literally not shit have women on point for them. Now, how does that happen? It's simply because when you know how to run a real program and you understand how to correct a woman, it becomes very easy. Now, how you run a real program? We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Now, the few things that you gotta have in mind when running a real program. The things that you believe in, she has to believe in. Now, do you need all of these qualities to align? You don't. But the more you believe in these things, and the more you feed more you believe in the ideologies that you have, and they really, you move on them and you truly like live it, not just have an idea in your head that but believing as in the idea that you continuously follow throughout your life. You have this in your mind. What I want you to understand is this: you're going to influence that woman, and that woman is going to feed into those ideologies if she's really for you. That goes for your fitness. That goes for the way you see yourself, your self beliefs, when it comes down to your ideologies, when it comes down to your principles, when it comes down to your codes. She is going to be. You have to assert those onto her as well. She has to know how to treat you, and she has to know how to behave in your space. Like, truthfully, not fucking around, not no games. Like, she truthfully has to know how to behave in your space. Now, some women, they're not going to be able to behave the way you want to in their space, and that means the woman just not for you. You can smash those women, but at the end of the day, like, I can't take this woman serious because you know she not really gonna get with the program. She may never really get with the program. And for those women, you have to really sit back and realize that those women are a fucking waste of time. I'm gonna be honest with you, they are a waste of time. So when it comes down to feeding women and really feeding women the ideologies that you have, that woman has to be coachable to it. But also, she has to really, you have to constantly assert those ideologies onto her constantly. Some women, they ain't gonna be able to handle it. And sometimes, but the best that some women ain't gonna be able to handle it. But the best thing that I'm gonna have to tell you, I'm gonna give y'all today with that part is definitely like you gotta always meet that woman where she at. You have to be able to run a program that can build some women fast, but also you can build some women slow. Because some women, they like once they got it, they can be powerful off certain things. But some women gonna automatically be good at some things. Some women are gonna be better at others. You have to be able to give both of them game. How do you do that? Some women, you can tell them how to do a skill. Other women, you can tell them a story. Other women, you can break down and help them baby step shit from a week by week, day by day thing. And you ain't got to coach them through it. Just tell them what to do. And if they ball, they ball. If they don't, they don't. The biggest thing is that you have to accept them for who they are. A lot of guys, the reason why I believe I have an advantage over most guys when it comes down to dealing with women is simply because I accept them for who they are. When you accept the one for who they are, it becomes very easy. I'm not trying to change them, not trying to force them to give you the ass. Simply accept them for who they are first. First. And be yourself at all times. I'm like, if you flirtatious, be flirtatious. If you are sensual, be sensual. But one thing I gotta get y'all to understand what that is that if you are sensual, you have to be freaky too. If you are romantic, you have to be romantic, freaky, and sensual. Everybody has a freaky, sensual, romantic side. I don't give a fuck what you say. Everybody does, right? But I will always tell you to focus on those two categories: being sensual to a woman and being freaky to a woman. Focus on those two categories. Because when you meet a woman, that's the first thing you're going to be able to identify. Whether or not she's a freak or whether or not she's sensual. Women who are very assertive can be sensual sometimes, bro. Women who very assertive, if you tell them that you want to get them a massage or you want to kiss them on the neck, that gets them going and they lose their mind. They just start thinking about you all day. They start just texting you all day. They want to talk to you more. They just want to they want to just keep the conversation going for as long as they possibly can because you have that in your bag and they connect with that. Sometimes you're gonna meet a woman who's just very freaky, or she's subtly freaky. Bro, when you go in your bag with that woman and you start being freaky with that woman, that's what's gonna make her think about you, bro. Because you being freaky with her. Now you don't have to force this shit. This shit can be very subtle, it can be very slick. But I'm just telling y'all that whether you indirect or direct, with that, you can always like see what you dealing with and then really make that shit work off of what you're dealing with. Like if you fucking with a woman who listen to Young Boy, don't try to be sensual. She probably not sensual, gang. She probably not sensual, bro. She probably not. If she listen to Young Boy, she probably not sensual. She probably think that shit soft as fuck and don't respect none of that. For times she probably never really experienced it, but it just her perception. You gotta realize we talking to women. We're not talking to niggas. We talking to women. If a woman come to a guy, she talking about some, I'll rub your feet, I'll kiss you on your neck, and even if he a dog, like he like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I just want to slut you out. When she talk about rubbing his back and shit, he gonna be like, damn, that shit do sound kind of nice, nigga. I don't care who you is. Like, what we talking about? You want to rub your back and shit? Like, you could be a dog. Like, you could be like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about nothing. That I'm a savage. You be the most savage of the savages. A woman sitting there talking about rubbing your back, you gonna sit right. You gonna think about it. You gonna think about it. A woman that's just flat out like to be fucked nasty all the time. She just a freak. She don't want to hear that rubbing your back shit, bro. She want to hear you slutting her, unless you bend that motherfucker to talk about start slutting her out. The world we live in, man. But now you ain't gonna be able to see nothing until you really like be able to actually accept a woman for who she is. You gotta really listen though. A lot of dudes, they don't really listen to women. They assume shit about women. They assume shit about what she think, assume shit about what she believe, and that's exactly why motherfuckers be taking hoes out on fucking $5,000 dates or $100 dates. I'm gonna say shit, $50 dates. I don't spend no money on a broad. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, especially when we first meet. If I gotta spend money, listen, key note. If you gotta spend money on a broad when y'all first meet, she's not for you. I'm gonna be the one to tell you, bro. Cause a lot of women put it out there, like a lot of guys too. They got guys who do it too. Like, you have to spend money on a woman. But the truth is this, is that when a woman like you, you don't have to spend anything on her. She will spend money on you. She will spend money on you if she likes you. Without even thinking about it. Bro, I had women tell me that they behind on their rent after spending about $200 on me. Like, crazy. She said, I don't know if I can pay my rent this month. I'm like, listen, baby, that's on you. That's on you. Like, that's like you gotta call the office. I told her to call the office, let them know you're gonna be behind, and that's that. Like, y'all gotta understand, bro. When a woman like you, she'll go way out her way for you. When a woman like you, she'll drive from 2 cities away to come talk to you. When a woman really like you, and this is what I'm telling y'all. Knowing that women, I'm telling y'all y'all have to experience it. But once y'all start experiencing that shit, something gonna click in your mind. You're gonna realize I don't have to do half the shit that most of these motherfuckers on social media and the internet think that they have to do. They don't have to do half that shit they be doing. I think they just be doing it because I think they do it just simply because they want to do it. Like, they genuinely just want to do it. But they got some dudes. I think like most dudes on the internet, they believe that they have to do that kind of shit. Like, they have to be fly for a woman. They have to do all that. You don't have to do that for a woman, bro. You good. Matter of fact, I'm being 100% with y'all. When I don't have no haircut, my beard all over the place, and I ain't got no haircut, more women want to talk to me. When I'm fresh, got my beard trimmed, less women want to talk to me. Just simply because of this. In my personal opinion. And I've been told this by a woman. When you are attractive, some women don't even want you because because of your tier of attractiveness. They don't even want you. They got women out there that's like that. Now, am I about to be less attractive for a woman? Fuck that. If she don't want me, she don't want me. I think I look good. I'm gonna look good for me. That's my mentality. I'm a fly motherfucker internally and externally. That's my mentality. But at the end of the day, they got some women who say, damn, this nigga really got a smooth mouthpiece. Damn, he really cool. I like his vibe. He really got a cool ass vibe to him, a good vibe to him, genuine. You see all those qualities, and she say to herself, I ain't gonna be able to keep this nigga. Like immediately. Immediately she said to herself, I ain't gonna be able to keep this nigga. I know he got a lot of women. I know he do. She automatically gonna say that when she think you look good. That's crazy as fuck to hear motherfucker say that. But that's just real. Is that some women, when they notice that you look good, they don't want to talk to you no more. They be like, what the fuck? Like, this nigga really know how to talk. He really fresh. He fly. He cool. I can't get this nigga. And she basically kill herself out the game. I'm married. I got a boyfriend. Man. Kill herself out the game. The whole time, you like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to hit. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't gonna lie to you about it. I was gonna give you the opportunity to get hit. But some women ain't gonna see it that way, bro. So that's the reality of it. The next thing I'm gonna really go into is when it come down to really that bag of the mouthpiece, is that not all women like to be freaky. Not all women like to be sensual. I'm gonna give y'all a category. When you notice that a woman is kind of like friendly, she kind of, you know, happy-go-lucky, a lot of times, bro, under that, you got to realize that in order to provoke that, and you can do this shit in a slick way, you can do it in a direct way, indirect way. You have to figure out whether or not if she likes romance more or if she likes to be studied out more. A lot of women, they gonna just tell you what they gonna like. They gonna tell you in different ways though. You just gotta listen. You have to be a good listener. Let's say you ask her, for example. Let's say you ask her about a movie. Like, what's your favorite movie? What's your top movies? And she say a romance, 50 Shades of Grey. She says The Notebook. She says, 365. Different movies, right? Different kinds of freaky. Different kinds of, I'm going to say freaky. She said The Notebook. She probably more sensual. But it's like different kinds of sex in each one of those movies. They display a different kind of sex. Now, of course, you can always ask them, why do you like this kind of movie? Why do you fuck with this kind of movie? She's going to explain to you on whether or not she likes it because it's more sensual. She's going to explain it to you because she, whether it be, oh, I like him because he was just so gentle with her. He was so nice to her. He was so noble. Da 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 da. She's like, she probably like romance. She probably like to be sensual. Now, when it come down to flirting with that kind of woman, whether it's indirect or direct, it depends on your style. Me personally, I'm a direct nigga. I like to really just, get straight to it. That's just me. But they got some dudes who like to be slick. One of my homeboys, he love to be slick with it. Hey, he a slick nigga. Get it to him. I gotta get it to him. He a slick nigga. But me personally, I like to be direct. So I would tell a woman, listen, you had a hard day. I just want you to lay down on my lap, take everything off. I massage your feet, grip your calves, and go a little higher to your thighs and press on your thighs and probably tease you a little bit. Go up a little higher and higher and higher just to tease you a little bit. Grab those hips, massage your hips, massage your back, your shoulders, and I just want you to be relaxed and just be in my space and have a good time. That's more essential for that woman and the reason why I would go that route with that woman is because she showed me that she was more romantic. She showed me she was more sensual. So a woman gonna show you, what to flirt with her with, how to flirt with her if you really like ask questions for the sake of really getting at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I gotta always tell y'all this. When it come down to really getting at a woman, right? You're not necessarily talking to her mind. You really, because her mind can say, I don't trust this nigga. Her mind can say, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want. Her mind can say that. But her heart and her pussy can say entirely two different things. She can know she's not supposed to like you. She can know you're a bad guy. She can know you got other women. She can know all this shit. She can know all of it because you talk to her heart and her pussy. You override what's going on in her mind. It overrides what's going on in her mind. Why? It's because she's a fucking emotional creature. She is the emotional creature. A lot of dudes have it fixated in their mind that women are logical now. Like they're like men. They're not. This is why a lot of guys don't understand that you don't necessarily have to be that strategic when it comes down to getting with a woman. You really can just have a good vibe and you're going to get women. You can have a good vibe and a decent mouthpiece. You're going to get women. I'm talking about 10s, 9s, 8, 7, 6, 5s. You're going to get women because you have a decent vibe and a good mouthpiece. You might be getting disrespected, but you still getting, you might still get the pussy. You still going to get you some pussy. Like, you got to have a little bit of respect, but we're going to get into that later. Now, when it comes down to a woman who like more aggressive, who more assertive, who more, they speak their mind and they don't like to really play games. They don't like to beat around the bush for nothing. Those kind of women are 9 times out of 10 more freaky. Now, they do have some sensual women that are like that. That's why I say you kind of have to talk to them and really see. But if she show you displays of being a freak, bro, play into it. Play into that. Start talking. So from that point on, if you say something slick, it better be freaky. If you say something direct, it better be freaky. It better be freaky. Because, like I'm telling y'all, if you don't talk to a woman in some type of slick, flirtatious way, or you not talking to her when you make her feel something when she talk to you, she's not gonna want to fuck with you. Not in the way that you want to be fucked with, which was you want her to fuck you. You want her to want to fuck you. She's not going to feel that way if you're not going. Now, if you just make it like you said a bunch of things that connect the dots, and you got her thinking, cool. That's something. That's something. That's something. But if you make her feel something, and you make her pussy feel something, nigga, she's gonna be thinking about you, bro. Cause she feels you. When you around, she feel it. You know what I'm saying? So besides that, I'm getting off track again. When y'all talking about being freaky, this is when you're talking about, spitting on her mouth, choking her, slapping her ass. You can do all of this shit so subtly, bro. You don't have to say, I want to just fuck the shit out of you. No. You say this shit subtly. She do something you like, tell her. I would have gave you a slap on the ass. Tell me on the phone. She say something you like, you say I would have gave you a slap on the ass for that. You tell her that because she's freaky. You can test and see if she freaky or sensual. You can test this shit, right? By just saying it and see how she react to it. If she react good, you have a good idea what kind of woman you dealing with. She like, two things. She either not her type of vibe, one, or two, she might not trust you. She might not like you that much. Which I think that's three things. But y'all get the point. Hey man, leave a like, man. Leave a like. But overall though, this is what it really means to really just know who you talking to and move accordingly. This is gonna make her more attractive to you. She's gonna be more attracted to you. Just off the simple fact that one, you know how to talk to her. First, you know who you are. You lean on who you are when you're in a conversation with her, so she has something to lean into. Like we talked about earlier. You know how to flirt with her. You know how to talk to her pussy. You know how to talk to her and get her going. You know how to flirt with her. The third thing I'll give y'all is understanding that she has to respect you or you are going to let her go. Like if she don't move the way you want her to move, you got to let her go. And you have to really let her go. Like you have to have this in your mind. And this can't be no play. This got to be real. Like you got to really be this way. That's what makes you the most attractive because a lot of times respect is the thing that make a woman want to fuck with you. Because she knows she can't be wild when she's in your presence. She can't be disrespectful when she's in your presence. She's forced to have peace when she's with you. So because she's forced to have peace with you, it makes her feel okay with fucking you. This is what most guys don't understand when it comes down to women. They think to themselves that if I can get this woman turned on, she like me, I'm good. I'm good. No. When you have a high level of self-respect for yourself, it makes a woman get turned on even more. Even if you're a guy that she likes, if she don't respect you, she will not really want to fuck you. Even if she liked you as a person, she wouldn't want to fuck you because she doesn't like you as a man. Like the respect you have for yourself as a man comes first. I would go as far as to say if you have respect, more women gonna want you even if they don't like your person. I've had women who didn't even like me as a person, but because they respected me and they weren't allowed to act certain ways in my presence, they wanted me. They wanted me. They didn't even understand why they wanted me. They just knew they wanted me. It's like, I don't even know why I got you here. I like you. I don't even like you. I don't even like you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like you. It's a respect thing. Because when a woman sees that, oh my God, it's a man, believe it or not, fellas, it's rare. It's rare. And it turns a woman on because she say to herself, I can really be a woman. Because this motherfucker gonna put me in my place. He gonna tell me what I can do and what I can't do. He gonna tell me he's not gonna play with me. And I can't play with him when I'm in his space. When I'm in his space, I can't play. That right there turns a woman on, bro. So I feel like dudes don't ever really understand that element. Now, what it really means to have self-respect for yourself. Well, you have to tell her what you like, what you don't like. You have to let that shit be known. If you don't like how she moving in your space, get her the fuck up out of there. Get her the fuck up out of there. If you don't like how she moving, let her know. I don't like what you doing, and I'm about to get ready to get you the fuck up out of here. The moment she realizes that you ready to get her the fuck up out of here, that's when she gonna know say to herself, I gotta act a certain way in this man's space. Or I'm about to be gone. When that's really sinking her head, she's gonna act different. She's going to act different. She's not gonna act the same. But a lot of guys, they don't have the balls to do that because they think to themselves, now I'm gonna lose this woman. And that's what they fuck up. That's what they fuck up the most. They think they're gonna lose the woman. They're so scared about losing where they're concerned about losing the woman. Fuck that woman. You have you. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Been on this motherfucker 42 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.